Kidepo Valley, an outstanding national park hosting some of the country's most endemic wildlife species in the remote Karamoja sub-region. Its lifeline lies at the mercy of two dry rivers gliding through the savanna. A stunning landscape with scenic undulating hills dominating its horizon. This untouched wilderness preserves a unique ambience and an authentic African wildlife experience to its visitors. This is Kidepo Valley National Park, Uganda's depiction of a true African wilderness. At the extreme northeastern corner of Uganda lies Kidepo Valley National Park. Kidepo Valley lies beneath hills and low mountains in the neighboring Karenga and Kabong districts, close to the international boundaries with Kenya in the east and South Sudan in the north. It is the farthest national park from the capital city of Kampala, accessible by road and air from all corners of the country at all times.
From Kampala, the capital city, up to Kidepo, you have 2 or 3 options. First option of about 600 kilometers is through Karuma, Guru, Kitugum. And from Kitugum up to here, Kidepo, it's about 130 kilometers of Maram Road. The rest of about 470 kilometers using that route is tarmac.
It was gazetted as a Northern Karamoja controlled hunting area, and in 1962 it was converted into a national park protecting the African Big Five game that existed during that time. Wild animals are the ultimate tourist attractions anywhere in Uganda's national parks. But in Kidepo Valley, the attractions stretch far beyond the animals.
One of the unique and most unique thing that the visitors come for is to have a look at the beautiful scenery with stunning mountains. We have got the hill called Olomej. It has got 3 peaks. When someone climbs over there, he is able to have a look at the scenery from one peak to the other.
This valley is a fortress of the biggest population of African Cape buffaloes in all Uganda's national parks. These herds are common sightings traversing along riverbanks in search of fresh grass and water in the wet Narus Valley. Dry rivers in Kidepo offer precious shelter to the Daga boys, while the rest of the herds pitch camp under the shadows of sausage trees. The Borasas palm trees, red thorn acacia, and the iconic sausage trees are delicacies for giants and lofty browsers, and common in this valley. During the dry season, large families of elephants gather at Nagusokopire campsite to enjoy some shelter under these acacia trees. The calves will spend much of the afternoon resting, while the rest of the members feed in open grasslands close enough for their maximum protection. This will enable them regain some energy before embarking on longer journeys in search of water. Kidepo is an expansive valley covering 1,442 square kilometers with a quick and unique impression of its wilderness to the visitors.
Kidepo is known as the true wilderness place that you can find in Uganda. Pure savanna grassland, pure savanna woodland. The scenery, the hills surrounding Kidepo. Very few roads, public roads, very few communities that you'll find in the park. Big herds of buffaloes and elephants. The Narus unique valley the sunset and sunrise, the way it peaks and comes out. Your eyes can see far in horizons without any other physical features interrupting you.
Because in Uganda, this is one of the parks that you can really enjoy the real nature. When you are out like here, it is you alone and nature.
To maintain the status of a true wilderness, limited tracks were opened for game drives, but still offering stunning views of wild beauty well worth discovering. Kidepo Valley National Park is dissected by several dry rivers in both Kidepo and Narus valleys. The Narus Valley in the south is about a quarter of the park, despite hosting the majority of wild animals in Kidepo. The valley is home to Narus River, the park's lifeline and the only permanent water source throughout the year. Rothschild giraffes are the tallest mammals in this valley and one of the key species under 24-hour surveillance. Kidepo Valley in the north is a semi-arid savanna enduring the longest dry spells of up to 7 months every year. Evident golden grass signifies its blistering conditions that push water-dependent animals south to the Narus. The park derives its name from River Kidepo, a dry river in the area meandering across plains framed by low mountains. During parched season, this river slumbers and sneers with white sand dunes till the next rains come, and when they come, it pours its water into River Nile in South Sudan. Wildfires are common hazards in Kidepo Valley, usually originating from South Sudan. These fires have sometimes imposed adverse effects to both the resident animals and the neighboring communities. Recurring land disputes between the park and its neighboring communities have also existed for years and have consequently retarded its expansion programs. Parched weather conditions and cattle rustling have kept some Kidepo communities in absolute poverty, despite their agricultural background. They may have to continuously rely on the park for their social and economic activities.
You know, the local people make crafts, and these crafts, when the tourists come, they buy and then they support people.
Accommodation facilities inside the park are located in the wildlife-rich Narus Valley, and here, animals stay within the vicinity of the visitors. A number of eco-friendly, high-end facilities have been erected along forested hilltops overlooking the expansive plains down in the valley.
Just within the park, again, we have Apoka Lodge, famous for a long time to host high-end tourists.
Visitors are also treated to the unique Karamojong culture, including their dances, costumes, and traditional housing units known as the Manyata.